Hello, we are on the Real Programming channel. My name is Andrei. This is our sixth lesson. I greet you. We will talk about meeting the style element. Let's start. Let's go. Giving Starbuzz some style. Now that you got a style element in the HTML head, all you need to do is supply some CSS to give the page a little pizzazz. Below you'll find some CSS already boxed for you. Whenever you see that logo, you're seeing HTML and CSS that you should type in as is. Trust us. You'll learn how the markup works later after you've seen what it can do. So take a look at the CSS and then add it your index.html file. Once you got it typed in, save your file. CSS uses a syntax that is totally different from HTML. Look on Sublimate Text page. So, cruising with style. It's time for another test drive, so reload your index.html file again. This time you'll see the Starbuzz web page has a whole new look. Background color is no 10. This time you'll see the Starbuzz web page has a whole new look. Background color is new 10. Okay. Yes, of this. Now we have margins around the content. This margin, we've got a black dotted border around the content. There's now some padding between the content and the border on all sides. We're using a different font for a cleaner look. If you're using Internet Explorer, you might not see the border. Internet Explorer does not display the border around the body correctly. Try loading the page in Firefox, Chrome or Safari to see the border. Wow, very nice, very business now. Who does it? What? Even though you just cleansed CSS, you already begun to see what it can do. Match each line in the style definition to what it does. Next, there are no dumb questions. CSS looks like a totally different language than HTML. Why have two languages? That's just more for me to learn, right? You are quite right that HTML and CSS are completely different languages, but that is because they have very different jobs. Just like you wouldn't use English to balance your checkbook or math to write a poem. You don't use CSS to create structure or HTML to create style because that's not what they were designed for. While this does mean you need to learn two languages, you'll discover that because each language is good at what it does, this is actually easier than if you had to use one language to do both jobs. D2B48C doesn't look like a color. How is this the color 10? There are a few different ways to specify colors with CSS. The most popular is called a hex code, which is what D2B48C is. This really is a 10 color. For now, just go with it. And we'll be showing you exactly how D2B48C is a color a little later. Why is there a body in front of the CSS rules? What does it mean? The body in the CSS means that all the CSS between the brackets and applies to content with the HTML body element. So when you set the font to sans serif, you're saying that the default font within the body of your page should be sans serif. We'll go into a lot more detail about how CSS works shortly, so keep reading. Soon you'll see that you can be a lot more specific about how you apply these rules, and by doing so, you can create some pretty cool designs. Exercise. Now that you put a little style on the Starbuzz index HTML page, go ahead and update your mission HTML page to have the same style. Write the HTML for the mission HTML page below and then add the new CSS. Update your mission HTML file to include the new CSS. Once you've done that, reload mission HTML in your browser. Make sure your mission page looks like ours at the end of the chapter. Not only is this one fine cup of house blend, but now we've got a web page to tell all our customers about our coffees. Excellent work. I've got some bigger ideas for the future. In the meantime, can you start thinking about how we are going to get these pages on the internet so other people can see them? Let's talk about bullet points. HTML and CSS are the languages we use to create web pages. Web servers store and serve web pages which are created from HTML and CSS. Browsers retrieve pages and render their content based on the HTML and CSS. HTML is an abbreviation for Hypertext Markup Language and is used to structure your web page. CSS is an abbreviation for Cascading Style Sheets and is used to control the presentation of your HTML. Using HTML, we mark up content with text to provide structure. We call matching text and their enclosed content elements. An element is composed of these three parts: an opening tag, content, and a closing tag. There are few elements like image that are an exception to this rule. Opening text can have attributes. We've seen one already typed. Closing text have a slash after the left angle brackets in the front on the tag name to distinguish them as closing text. Your pages should always have an HTML element along with a head element and a body element. Information about the web page goes into the head element. What you put into the body element is what you see in the browser. Most white space, tabs, returns, spaces is ignored by the browser, but you can see it to make your HTML more readable to you. You can add CSS to an HTML web page by putting the CSS rule inside the style element. The style element should always be inside the head element. You specify the style characteristic of the element in your HTML using CSS. And this is our 6th lesson over. Thank you for watching, my friends. Subscribe to my channel. Please put likes, share with friends, comment, eat bananas, chocolates and nuts, drink more water for the effective work of our brains. Bye.